Welcome back to Shaw Spotlight. During this pandemic, everyone is being asked to stay at home if they can. But there's been a lot of joking about putting on isolation weight. I'm here with Matt from Red Zone. Matt, how important is fitness in this type of COVID-19 situation when people are stuck at home?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's it's always pretty important, but right now there's a lot of literature on the benefits of health and how, if you're healthier, you're not as receptive to the virus. So I think yeah, everyone needs to be pretty focused on staying active for sure.
Now, I know myself, it's pretty hard when you're sitting at home or you're working at home to motivate yourself because you're not getting up to go to a gym like I'm used to. So, how can people motivate themselves to work out and to get some exercise in?
Yeah, I mean, typically you just get in your car and drive to the gym, right? But you can't do that anymore. So I think some of the stuff that is pretty common is setting either a reminder in your phone or setting it almost like as an appointment for yourself, I think is super beneficial. That way you're not getting too much out of routine, but you actually have something set that you can do in the day,
Mhm.
right? So I think that's probably the easiest way to stay motivated is making little appointments for yourself. But I mean, like everybody, it doesn't have to be like a workout necessarily, but it could even be just going for a walk or for a bike ride, a hike, something like that would be beneficial.
Like I know somebody watching or has spending a lot of time at home. They may want to start working out. They may think, "Hey, this is a great time for me to start." What advice do you give someone who wants to start working out during during a pandemic
Yeah,
and
during
during
a
isolation?
pandemic. Yeah, I mean, obviously, the timing you're going to find that you have a lot more downtime right now. So what you do with that to me is super important. So just getting started, like there's a ton of body weight workouts or at home workouts. Either people can subscribe to an app and they send them to you, or there's local businesses doing that. But also, I mean, YouTube, you just literally type it in at home workout. Like if it's that simple, like yeah, there is no excuse that you can't get started. But I mean, obviously, there has to be regressions and injuries that have to be played into account as well.
Right. And I know you and I have done quite a few workouts
Yeah, we've done a few.
that are on YouTube as well. So some of them were without equipment, so people can look those up as well on YouTube.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I know that is kind of a stumbling block for some people is they automatically think that they need to have some sort of fitness equipment at home to do anything. But there are a lot of body weight options out there that are really good workouts.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I mean, typically, with the most of the body weight focus workouts, it's always a lot of like aerobic base, so there's a lot of jumping and that type of thing. I mean, I would kind of caution against that if you're just starting a routine. Like, so just maybe modify so there's not so much jumping because it's super hard on the joints, right? So if you're just getting back into it, you won't be ready. Like the body won't be ready for that. But there is a ton that you can do. Like you can hit every body part. You don't need weights. You don't need resistance bands. It's nice to have, but you definitely don't need it. You can definitely get away with body weight.
And honestly, just something as simple as going for a walk for people is great. And you see a lot of people out walking right now, which is promising because it's nice that everyone's out there moving. I think you should move every day.
Yeah, like I think, the weather plays a little bit into that. Like now that it's getting sunny and stuff, everyone's outside. But I mean, that's beneficial. But even, when we talk fitness, everybody thinks that when they start a fitness routine, it has to be like this hard workout and super exerting. But, even right now with the pandemic going on, like low intensity aerobic workouts are beneficial because if you're not very healthy to begin with, or you don't have that healthy of nutrition habits, and you start this vigorous exercise routine, your health will actually decline. So it's very important to still walk, hike, bike. Um, it doesn't have to be hard. Like just getting out and moving every day is beneficial, even if it's just 20 to 30 minutes.
Now, you mentioned nutrition.
Yeah.
How big of a part of getting to your fitness goals is nutrition?
Yeah. I mean, that's a pretty common
That's the
question.
big question.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a question I get asked a lot for sure. For me, like it depends where that person is in their fitness results that they're wanting. Like if they just want something that's more health based, the nutrition doesn't have to be as regimented. But if they're looking for, if they have like a weight loss goal or a body composition goal, nutrition will play into account a lot more. But I mean, it's starting with simple habits. Like I mean, everybody talks, protein in the fitness industry, and it kind of gets a bad rap. But the reason is because it helps the body lose body fat. I mean, and don't overdo it, because you'll have people that don't eat enough, and then people who kind of abuse that, right? And just centering the meals up, like a protein, a carb, and a fat, typically 3 to 4 times a day is all you really need. But that's how it should be, centered and structured.
What do you think one of the biggest mistakes people make with nutrition? I know what mistake I make. My mistake is I don't eat enough. So
Yeah, but you're making me pick
what?
one. I mean, there's typically a lot. I mean, the biggest one is, that I find, is not eating enough food in the course of a day. Like, a lot of people will go these long spans, like there is the intermittent fasting that's kind of been talked about now, which is beneficial if you meet that allotted calories. But I just don't think people eat enough food, or or the other end of the spectrum is they just eat too much. Yes, I'm saying eat more, but I'm not saying eat more of whatever you want, right? Like, it still has to be healthy options, healthy choices, like good quality protein is important. So like chicken, fish, some beef every once in a while, good fresh vegetables. Like, there's a ton of local businesses here, that you can get some stuff from that are doing like deliveries and stuff too. So you can still make a pretty decent meal. Just, if it's easy and you just got to click to get it, typically it's not the best.
Right. That's a good way to think of it.
Yeah.
If you can put it in the microwave and heat it up, it's probably not the best thing you should
Yeah,
be
there's
eating.
better options for sure.
Okay, do you have any other advice for people who are at home and I guess just maintaining a fitness routine?
Yeah, I mean, my biggest thing right now is scheduling the time, because it's super easy to get out of that routine. Like, even I know, like, frequent gym goers, because they can't go, they're not working out as much as they were.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so I mean, just getting back on track, like, just schedule the appointment in your phone, set the alarms, get up, whether it's before, after work, whatever, or in the middle of your day, because most people have the flexibility now where they can do it in the middle of the day, where before they didn't have that. So you got to kind of use it to your advantage, but you need to book some time for yourself too.
Right. And if you're looking for workouts, there's lots online. Like I said, you and I, Matt, have
Yeah,
done I think we've done almost 20 workouts that are available on YouTube that people can watch as well. So
absolutely.
thanks so much for talking with us today, Matt.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Jan. Thanks for the opportunity.